You know, there's a kind of man that many people rarely talk about. He gets up and goes to work even when he is tired. He keeps the bills, groceries, children, future, and countless small responsibilities in mind. He comes home carrying pressure he does not always know how to explain. He tries to be steady because he believes his family needs someone steady. He is a good father, a good husband. He is not perfect, but he is present. He keeps showing up. And sometimes he feels almost invisible in his own home. Maybe nobody says thank you. Maybe his work is treated like it is simply expected. Maybe his sacrifices have become so normal that no one recognizes them anymore. Maybe he hears more about what he missed than what he carried. Maybe he even wonders, would anybody notice if I stopped trying so hard? I know how discouraging that can be. It's painful to give your strength to people you love and feel as though they only notice your limitations. It can make a good man bitter, quiet, or emotionally leave the room long before he ever physically walks away. But, brother, do not give up. Don't let a lack of appreciation turn you into someone you were never called to become. Do not let disappointment harden the part of you that wanted to love your family well. And do not confuse being unnoticed with being worthless. You know, Jesus understood this. He understands what it looks like to give love that is not properly recognized. He healed people who never returned to thank him. He fed crowds who later misunderstood him. He served disciples who argued about which of them was the greatest. He washed the feet of people who took his goodness for granted and disappeared when the cost became high. Yes, Jesus did not allow the ingratitude of others to decide the condition of his heart. That is the lesson. Your character cannot be controlled by somebody else's ability to appreciate it. That does not mean your feelings do not matter, because they do. It does not mean you should pretend everything is fine when it is not. You know, Jesus was honest. He spoke directly, asked hard questions, and confronted what needed to be confronted. Faithfulness does not require emotional dishonesty. You may need to tell your wife calmingly and lovingly, I feel unseen. I'm not asking for applause, but I need to know that what I give to this family matters to you. You may even need to let your children know that fathers have hearts too. You may need to stop hiding every burden behind the words, I'm fine. Because being strong does not mean being silent about everything, but speak to restore connection, not to punish. Do not gather years of frustration and throw them across the room in one angry night. Do not use your provision as a weapon or make your family feel indebted to you. Jesus did not serve so he could keep score. Neither should we. He served because love was who he was. That's where a man finds freedom. You see, you are not loving merely to receive praise. You're loving because you belong to Christ, and Christ is teaching you to become a man whose goodness is deeper than applause. Still, Being Christ-like does not mean allowing yourself to be continually disrespected. Jesus was loving, but he was not weak. He could be gentle and clear at the same time. He could forgive without pretending harmful behavior was healthy. He could set limits without losing compassion. You see, friends, a good husband can say, "We need to change the way we speak to each other." A good father can say, "I love you too much to let disrespect become normal in this home." A good man can seek counseling, ask for help, invite accountability, and admit that his marriage needs attention. That is not failure. Sometimes courage looks like staying. Sometimes it looks like speaking. And sometimes it looks like getting help before resentment destroys what love built. While you work through what is happening at home, remember where your identity comes from. You are not only a paycheck, a repairman, or the one who absorbs pressure so everyone else can feel safe. You are a son of God. Before anyone in your home recognizes your value, your Father in heaven already knows your name. He sees the early mornings, the private worries, the patient responses, and the nights spent thinking about your children. He sees the ways you have denied yourself so your family could have more. Nothing done in love is wasted before God. But let that truth make you tender, not superior. It's easy for a under or unappreciated man to see himself as the only faithful person in the house. Be careful. You may be carrying more than anyone realizes, but you may also have blind spots. You may provide well and still be emotionally distant. You may be loyal and still be difficult to approach. Ask Jesus for the humility to see yourself clearly. A good man does not need to believe he is always right in order to know he is valuable. Let Christ show you where you are faithful and where you are wounded, where you need encouragement and where you need growth. Your family's failure to appreciate you does not mean you have nothing to learn. You need to grow and not erase the good you have already done. You see, both can be true. You can be a good father who needs to listen better. You can be a good husband who needs to speak more honestly. You can be deeply committed and deeply tired. You can love your family and still admit that the way things are going cannot continue. Jesus meets men in that honest place. He does not shame you for being tired. He does not mock your need to be loved or tell you a man should have no feelings. He invites you to bring the full weight of your life to him. So, bring it. Tell him where you are feeling forgotten and where resentment has started growing. Ask him to protect your heart from bitterness. Ask him for words that heal instead of wounds that multiply. Ask him to help you lead through love, truth, patience, and courage. And tomorrow, get up again. Not because you must prove your worth or because everyone is helpless without you. Get up because Jesus is still forming something within you. Keep loving but love with honesty. Keep serving, but do not disappear. Keep providing, but also be present. Keep forgiving, but do not avoid necessary conversations. And keep believing that God can soften hearts, rebuild connection, and teach your family to see one another again. Good Father, your work matters. Good husband, your faithfulness matters. Unappreciated man, you are not invisible. Jesus sees you. Let that truth steady you today, and let his love teach you how to keep going without losing yourself. Do not give up on your family. Do not give up on the man God is shaping you to become. And do not give up on the possibility that appreciation, healing, and a renewed love may still find its way within your home. My name is Douglas Vandergraph, and I believe in Jesus Christ. God bless you, men. Keep getting up.